officials are encouraging everyone to start cleaning up your yards and those spaces around your home, like dried leaves that could catch an ember and start your house on fire. If you test positive for COVID, you can go back to work if your symptoms are mild and improving, with no fever for at least 24 hours. Washington has dropped the 5-day isolation rule. The CDC made a similar change earlier this month. Governor Inslee has signed a dozen bills advocating for Washington tribes and fighting the opioid epidemic. The state's health department says Native tribes have the highest rate of drug and opioid-related deaths in Washington. 2023 was a bad year for state cherry growers thanks to harsh weather. The USDA this week declared last year's harvest a disaster. Now growers can get up to $500,000 in federal emergency loans. For KCHW 102.7, I'm Chuck Ritchie. Doing the wave over there, Scott?
I saw you moving my screen.
We are two wild and crazy guys.
And here we go.
We are. It's the Thursday morning radio KCHW morning show. Good morning. It is Thursday. It's a mentally rough start today, I think, for both of us a little bit. Both had
I'm in a blizzard.
yesterday. Yeah, that's crazy.
Blizzard. I mean, 50-mile-an-hour winds and snow. And it was about 42 yesterday. So a cold front came in and then the storm. So everything was kind of dampish. So everything's like covered in a sheet of ice and crystals. So it's pretty nasty out there.
Gross. Yikes.
Yeah. And then we're going to get 3 cold days. This is great for the start of spring because we were like weren't as warm as you guys over here on the other side of the country, but it wasn't bad. And being able to work outside and, do a little raking or something like that. And now we have this storm, really cold temperatures with like 15 degrees overnight. And then this weekend, 14 inches of snow is expected. Yuck.
Wow. That is absolutely insane.
It is. It's horrible. Horrible. You guys doing pretty good, but you are on the downturn as well. 59 today, mix of clouds and sun during the morning. Give way to cloudy skies this afternoon. Partly cloudy this evening. Oh, my screen just rebooted. Down to 38. 59 for Friday, cloudy skies. 47 for Saturday with rain and an overnight low of 36. Rain's at 80%. Excuse me, 60% chance of rain for Sunday, 49 and 32. Just 20% chance of rain on Monday, 49 and 35. And then you warm back up into the low 50s next week.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to say, I think maybe we're slightly different forecasts we're looking at. I'm looking at morning snow on Sunday.
On Sunday, let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But daytime high of 49, that ain't going to stick around.
No, it's not.
No.
If
maybe if you're coming out of the mountains, you might slide away, but nowhere else.
Right. Yep.
All right. Kids for breakfast and lunch today, as we were talking about, we're both out of it. I didn't have them open.
Kids for breakfast? That's really inappropriate to talk about on the radio, Scott.
Oh, man. Stop it, Chuck. Let's see. For your Thursday, it's breakfast pizza, cereal, fresh fruit juice, and your choice of milk. And then for lunch, burrito, chili, green beans, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, milk choice, and salsa. Not the dancing. The stuff you put on things.
Ooh.
There you go. All right.
Nice. I just have to say, it kind of made me laugh a little bit. It's not a funny topic, but the news that played right before our show, the term opioid epidemic. Do you know how many times I had to edit and recut that? Trying to say opioid epidemic has got to be one of the hardest phrases in the human language to say.
I had a word like that one day, and it was in one of our sponsor thank yous, which some people might think are commercial, but it's a sponsor thank you for a donation. So I'm recording a new announcement for one of our sponsors, and there was a word combination like that, and I couldn't get it. So I'm practicing saying it because I kept goofing up while I was trying to record it, and I'm enunciating it really clearly and doing it slow, and I can see the hotline blinking there in the phone in the studio, and I pick it up, and it was back when Lynn had the carpet store, and it's Lynn on the phone. He goes, that's all going out over the air, don't you? Yeah. Forgot to push one button. So that's why we have that rule. Don't say anything in the studio that you wouldn't want others to hear.
Exactly.
You never know.
Exactly.
You never know. All right. A few news headlines this morning, Chuck. There's a reminder. First up was to order your eclipse glasses. You only got 2 weeks left. So order your eclipse glasses. And to go along with that, a story of people who have stared at the sun during an eclipse without glasses. And they say it burns. So this lady was looking up and there was still a crescent, from the sun. And it burned that crescent permanently into her retina.
Ouch. That's horrible.
Yes. And I have a friend who likes to look at the sun. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's bad for you. Bad.
It's terrible. For the last one, I wore my welding helmet. And it actually worked pretty well.
You can do that, but there's a number that it has to be in order to protect you with the welding helmet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess there's different. I've never welded. I guess there's different levels of those welding helmets, and it can't be one of the wimpy ones.
Yeah, if I remember, God, it's been years since I've that stuff's been sitting in a box in my shed for years. I think mine adjusts automatically. It's electronic. It's got like electronics in it, and it like fades in and out. And I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. That might be pretty fancy then.
So you can see what you're doing, and then when the arc sparks up, then it goes whoop and goes dark. So.
All right. I'd still maybe just check on something like that before you used it. We don't want to give out any bad advice on that. Yes. All right. Some news headlines real quick. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu met with Republican lawmakers to discuss support for Israel, highlighting a growing partisan divide over the Israel-Hamas war. Inside the meeting, Netanyahu criticized Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's recent speech calling for a new election in Israel and asked for financial help to finish the job. Schumer denied a request for a similar meeting between Netanyahu and Democrats, saying, when you make these issues partisan, you hurt the cause of Israel. Next to politics, House Speaker Mike Johnson considering inviting Netanyahu to address Congress. However, Schumer would have to agree to a joint invitation. All right. In case you missed it section, Margot Robbie's production company, Lucky Chap, is developing a movie based on The Sims, the best-selling 2000s video game. A release date hasn't been announced yet. Did you play that game when it came out?
I never did. There was a big hullabaloo around it, and everybody was into it, and I never did play it.
All right. Dirty Dozen annual analysis of produce found that 95% of non-organic strawberries, leafy greens, grapes, peaches, and pears had detectable levels of pesticides, and a reminder to wash your produce. It can help.
Oh, yeah. For a second, I thought you were going with, after talking about Margot Robbie's movie production, I thought you were talking about a remake of The Dirty Dozen.
It got excited for a second. No, I kind of felt like that when I was saying it too. It's kind of that headline was a little deceptive.
No, I was going to say what, like there are certain pieces of our culture that shouldn't be messed with. I know many of them have been messed with, but remake of The Dirty Dozen, I don't think would ever be necessary.
No. EPA, but they probably will.
Yeah, they will someday.
All right.
Or make a really awful sequel.
So it can be just like the first one.
Yeah.
There you go. On that same track, and I don't want to put hackles up on anybody's neck or anything. Have you seen, I'm seeing it on streaming services, the new commercial for the Marines?
No, I haven't.
Me and my daughter were both sick to our stomach after watching it. It glorifies killing people.
Wow.
And it's done with CGI, showing personnel using equipment that I doubt we have in our arsenal yet.
Mm-hmm.
It looks super high tech, super spacey, and totally glorifies death and killing people. And it is aimed at young boys. Totally, 100%. It looks like a video game.
Wow.
And done in a context of how fun is this?
Wow.
Absolutely. I mean, I was horrified after watching this. I get it. We need armed services and all the respect in the world. But that commercial is no different than using cartoons to sell cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's horrid, and I don't know where you would complain and who would listen. But it is absolutely nothing against the Marines. Like I said,
right.
This commercial is absolutely disgusting, and whoever approved it, there's a problem there. And the fact it's almost like brainwashing. It really is. It's horrible. So watch for it. You might even be able to YouTube it and see the new commercial.
Wow.
It's totally scary.
Well,
all right.
and with all due respect to the military members, because we need them, we love them. But military should be, a last resort. I hate it's a horrible sounding term, but like a necessary evil. We need war is evil. And we need to glorify peace, not more fighting. With all the fighting going around the world, maybe it'd be nice if we could go the other way and stop kind of inserting ourselves into everything. And I don't know. There was a headline last night that we have troops now in Taiwan, escalating tensions with China, and that's terrifying.
This can only lead to bad things. In this spot, they're using drones and sophisticated technology to blow up things that obviously are housing people.
Wow.
And the last clip is, a really cool fighter jet, and it shows the guy with the helmet, and I mean, it almost looks like something out of Star Wars. And then he destroys an entire destroyer ship.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, blows up the whole thing. And I'm like, this is so inappropriate. I mean, yes, that kind of stuff happens, but glorifying killing people is basically what that ad does. And
wow.
Yeah,
that's
totally. All right, moving on. EPA's new car rules. EPA issued new rules to cut down auto-related emissions again and said the industry could meet the limits if 56% of new vehicle sales are electric and at least 13% are hybrids by 2032. What about those airplanes? Got to stop those too. Just saying. All right, this is creepy.
Especially the ones with the doors that fall off. We don't need any more of those.
Just make them without doors.
Yeah.
Right. Neuralink, Elon Musk's brain science startup, released a video that appears to show its first patient, a quadriplegic, who received the implant, moving a computer cursor to play online chess with his mind.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. Now, just add a little AI in there. There you go. All right. America's top breed dog club, the American Kennel Club, announced that the French Bulldog is America's favorite dog breed. What?
The French Bulldog. I mean, they're cute.
Disgustingly cute, yes.
They are kind of like a pug.
Yeah. For the second year in a row, once again, beating out the long beloved Labrador Retriever.
Oh. Labs are one of those dogs that are either great or horrible. And sometimes even the horrible ones are pretty great. But man, they're like a big ball of wiggly dum.
Wiggly dum. I like that.
Wiggly dum. Wiggly. And we had labs growing up, and I loved them to death more than anything. And ours were kind of exceptionally smart for labs, but that's, I think, more the exception than the rule.
Yeah, happily dumb.
Yeah.
All right, new sci-fi series today. Three Body Problem, adapted from the best-selling novel, is premiering on Netflix. Love new sci-fi shows. Jake Gyllenhaal, if I say his name right, is starring in Roadhouse, a remake of the 1989 film. It's on Prime Video as of today. Read a quote from him. He said, while doing the movie, he was wrestling and fighting on a bar floor and got all scratched up. And it was so dirty, he developed a staph infection.
Wow. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies that don't really need to be remade.
Yeah. Though I have a special love for that movie that I didn't have in the beginning, and it's all from Family Guy and Peter when he goes into his Roadhouse mode and he starts kicking everything. I feel kicky today.
When I was a kid, that was one of those movies that I would watch over and over again. Teenager, Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze kicking butt, Sam Elliott, It's
what I hated about Roadhouse was the really tight jeans Patrick Swayze wore.
Well, he was kicking and fighting. Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen. No. I mean, girls might not, but all guys know if you're in a pair of tight jeans, you ain't kicking nothing.
Well, what they don't tell us is that those were jeggings, Scott. jeggings.
Oh,
They were just painted on.
okay. Now I'm even more creeped out.
Right?
Little sports in the men's NCAA AA tournament. Don't miss number 8 seeded Mississippi State, number 9 Michigan State playing at 12:15 p.m. Eastern on CBS today.
There you go.
Let's see. And in the women's NCAA tournament, it's a double feature: Auburn versus Arizona, 7 p.m. Eastern. Holy Cross versus Utah Martin at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's on ESPN too, and that's a late show for you guys on a game up for you guys on the West Coast.
Yeah, I can't confirm it, but I've heard reports that attendance at the games this year are lower than average. Not for the women's games so much. I believe those are actually slightly higher than average, but the men's games are have not very well attended this year.
Seen it, done it, done.
Maybe.
Let's watch the girls.
I'm just wondering if there's something happening, or maybe it's just time of the year or something. I don't know, but or maybe the reports I heard are completely wrong.
It was lies, all lies, fake news.
Exactly.
All right, a couple of news headlines. Just kind of what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
Dad grabs his gun and joins deputies in a gunfight. Go, Dad.
Wow.
Old-fashioned gunfight erupted outside a Florida home. Imagine that, when a fearless dad grabbed his pistol and joined a deputy exchanging gunfire with a suspect in his yard. Happened around 9:40 in the evening Tuesday near Zolfo Springs, and began as a case of domestic battery by a man identified as Morgan Miguel Garcia, who was accused of violating a restraining order. Hardy County Sheriff's Office said this in a news release. None of the people in the home were hit by the gunfire, but the 29-year-old managed to escape in the dark and be later caught the next day without incident. A deputy encountered Garcia in a backyard of a wooded property armed with an AR-15. He was shooting at the people's front door and at the house. He started returning fire, and that's when the dad, fearing for his family's life, retrieved his 9mm handgun and started returning fire along with the police officer too.
Wow. Yeah, see, I don't know. That would make me think that they would just see a guy with a gun and turn on me.
So the sheriff's officer had a police rifle, but going up against the AR-15, he might have been a little scared and probably enjoyed the help.
Yeah, I would imagine. I guess so. Well, especially if he came from behind them, or they already talked to the guy or something. Maybe.
About 6 months ago, there was a story of a guy who his mom had passed away, and before he could get to the house and close it down, because he lived in California and she was in another state. By the time he got there to take care of her house, squatters had moved in, and he went through a nightmare getting him out. They had a fake lease, which I guess is very typical for squatters. Wow. But now he has opened his own business where he will get rid of squatters in your house too.
Wow.
He says he'll do it within the law.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, he monitors them and has a fake lease as well. And as soon as they leave the home, he moves all their stuff out into the yard, and he moves into the house with his fake lease, or at least you have given him.
Yeah.
And police say, he puts himself in a situation where he could be, some violence, but he says he's going to keep doing this and helping people until they pass laws to stop this squatting. He does charge $5,000.
Oh, wow. So it might be more cost effective just to let the squatters live there. There was a story in Anchorage one time. There was an apartment complex. One of the people that lived in the apartment complex sold the complex with everyone still living in it illegally. It was not his property. He created fake documents enough to fool the mortgage company, the lender, the real estate agents, and sold an entire apartment complex, and then disappeared. Wow. Yeah.
With today's technology, it's really amazing that people can still find loopholes.
I know. That was earlier on in the internet. That was probably about 25 years ago, but yeah. And then the new owners, the owners, they weren't the owners. The people that bought the property were then just stuck with the bill. And I don't ever know what happened to it. I'm assuming they made lawsuits and everything, but the offending party took the money and disappeared and were never caught.
Wow.
Well, they may have been caught by now, but at the point that it was in the news, they hadn't been caught. So
They usually find you one way or another.
right.
All right. This one made me do 180
Mm-hmm.
and made me think maybe I would get married again. Ariana Grande has been ordered to pay her ex-husband $125 million in spousal support.
Wow.
She's already moved in with her new boyfriend, but yeah, he's getting $125 million in spousal support.
Well, I don't know if Ariana Grande would marry you, Scott, is the thing.
Yeah, but maybe there's some other rich lady, and then if things go south, I'm fine if it works, but if it doesn't, I could use 1.25 mil.
Wealthy lady, Scott is taking applications. Please take a number and have a seat.
It's quite the interview process.
Right.
All right. Should we covered news headlines? Let's do local events, and then we'll head off for some of the fun stuff. So we got some cool bits and breaks today.
Yeah.
I am looking, and I see we've got the food bank open from 10 to 2. We have a senior citizens potluck and games from 10 to 3. Mm-hmm. And we've got line dancing from 2:30 to 4:30. Yeah, that's right. It's Thursday at the senior center, baby.
Yeah. Well, the potluck and games, that's actually the Chewelah Valley and Springdale Senior Club, and that is meeting at the Valley Fire Department in Valley.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good catch there, Chuck.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. What do you know, since you were with Sharon yesterday, we've got a play starting up, the Wizard of Oz play, starting up tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. What do you know about the play, Chuck?
I know there's a few tickets left for the Friday night shows. Those kids are doing 12 shows over a 3-day period. They are doing multiple shows a day. I don't have it. I don't have the poster in front of me, so don't quote me on this, but I believe Saturday they're doing 3 shows. I think Friday night I know they're doing multiple shows. I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3. Sunday is multiple shows, and then what they're doing is really cool. They're doing shows during the week that they are busing in school children from other schools in the area to come watch the play over another series of performances multiple times a day. The expected numbers are about 600 kids from area schools that they're going to be sending in to watch this play, which is really, really neat. And the number of kids in this cast, do you want to take a guess at the number of kids?
Like 60.
61 kids in this cast. Good guess. You've heard this before, haven't you?
No. I had kids that went through stage time, so I know how it works, and it's grueling for them, maybe even the parents a little bit. Yeah.
But and I'm blown away that in a town this size we can have. I mean, there are big cities that have youth theater programs that can't get that many kids involved. So I think that's really, really neat. It's kind of a testament. And so Gail Sharape and Sharon Ludwig last night did a presentation at Pechacucha talking about their costuming and everything they're doing for this play and for the last one, Finding Nemo, and it was really neat to see. So
amazing.
Yeah.
All right. And that, of course, a Wizard of Oz play, 7 o'clock on Friday. As Chuck said, there might be some few tickets out there. Then you've got 10 and 2 on Saturday. And then I'm opening it up right now. I'm sure there's an evening performance as well. And, of course, that all takes place at the Chewelah Center for the Arts. And I'm just going to double check. So we got on Saturday, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 7 p.m. again. There you go.
Yeah, and I didn't realize at the time I was actually staring at the link to the actual performances. So you can quote me on that.
Right. You said you had some stuff from Debbie with the farmers market.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Year. So excited that the market's going to be starting back up.
It is. I'm excited for it too. And I have too many tabs open. I don't know where it went. But yeah, so the Friday market, I believe, if I remember right, it is starting on May 10th. There is a informational thing coming up. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I believe they're calling this the Roots meeting. This is geared towards encouraging volunteers to the market. They're going to be sharing how the market works and how all the moving parts that bring it together. They're going to be doing that every Friday. So I'm sort of reading through. It's kind of a long description here. So basically, that's going to be March 30th. That's going to be at the Abundant Life Fellowship Church. and that is 10 a.m. And that's a meeting about the market. Anyone that wants to get involved, anyone that wants to be a vendor or a volunteer, you can go there and check it out. And they're going to give you sort of the rundown of the farmers market and meet the staff. And I know there's new managers this year that everyone's excited about.
All right.
So there's that, and then the actual farmers market. If I can get back to it here.
I got it up here.
Okay,
if you
good.
Want me to.
Good, there you go.
As Chuck said, it opens May 10th through October 11th. It'll be 11 a.m. to 3:30 again this year. You want more information for signing up, being a vendor, or attending that meeting, you always visit ChihuahuaFarmersMarket.com. And then they've got their special events all lined up for 2024. They'll be doing the Cherry Splat in June, an Independence Day celebration on July 5th, Zucchini Regatta again in August, September's Apple Pie eating contest, and then as usual in October, pumpkin bowling. So
yeah,
be nice for this year. I like that.
And at some point this year, KCHW is going to be doing an impromptu kazoo parade through the farmers market. Yeah,
they approved that, did they?
Sure, they did. Keep an eye out for that one. No, I'm going to talk to them about that, but it'd really be fun. Get a bunch of those cheap kazoos and have everyone run around and do a parade with kazoos. I don't know.
All right, you got about 5 more days to help out Providence St. Joseph Hospital Guild. They're hosting their 2024 Spring Silent Auction. Guild funds support an annual EMS training scholarship for the Chihuahua Rural Ambulance and a renewable health occupation scholarship for a Jenkins High School graduating senior. They've got gift baskets, and they're auctioning off. These will go through the 26th, 10:45 on the morning of the 26th. It'll be closed, and they'll draw them. So if you want to bid on that, do it. They are at Acres United Drug for viewing and the St. Joseph's Hospital cafeteria as well. Guild members look for unique items throughout the year to create these interesting one-of-a-kind baskets. If you're interested in joining the St. Joseph's Hospital Guild, contact their volunteer coordinator, Angela, at 509-940-1803. 940-1803.
Very cool.
Right. One that's a ways off yet, but we'll give them a plug because they do a lot of good work and the money stays here in our community. Valley Warriors Against Cancer, having a 2-day event with silent auction and car show in Valley at Don's Memorial Park. In 2023, they raised over $16,000 to help local cancer patients, and they're going to try to do better this year. May 18th from 9 to 4, May 19th from 9 to 3 with the car show on the 19th between 10 and 1. There you
Very
go.
cool.
Thank you, Sandy, for sending that in.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, Chuck, that I may have missed you want to give a plug?
I don't think so. It might come up when I remember it later, but no, I think we pretty much got everything for now. Oh, the Home and Garden Show Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the Home and Garden Show. That is going to be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's over at Guess Elementary. There's going to be lots of businesses. We are going to be there. We're going to be in the corner with the Chihuahua High School or the Jenkins High School cheerleading team and the Easter Bunny.
Okay.
So I said yesterday, I'm going to try to get an interview with the Easter Bunny, an exclusive. I'm not sure how much the Easter Bunny will have to say. But, we're going to try.
You just take a carrot.
Yep,
I'll talk to you.
I dangle it over the microphone.
Mm.
You just hear crunch, 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 crunch.
All right, here we go with bits and breaks. First up today is killer quotes. First one, there is no intrinsic meaning to life. That's not the same thing as saying life is meaningless. You have to find your project. You have to find out what gets you up in the morning, what's your purpose in life, and you have to give your life meaning. That's from Robert McKee. Mm-hmm. And I gave Chuck my project. All right, here's another one.
Happy to have it. Happy to have it.
All right. This is from Bren Brown. Don't walk through life looking for evidence that you don't belong because you will always find it.
Oh,
it's kind of dark.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
And then an unknown killer quote today. Don't be afraid to be seen trying.
Right. Fail spectacularly.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Chuck Ritchie, 4 things you didn't know yesterday.
Yeah, so for a while, Thai Airways wouldn't allow passengers who were larger than 56 inches around the waist.
Oh.
Wow. Wow, that's some sort of twisted version of the you must be this high to this tall to ride this ride. So,
have you seen the suitcase things? Like when you're getting on an airplane now, though, some of the airlines will have a box, and if your suitcase your carry-on doesn't fit in the box,
yeah,
you don't get You have to check it. Maybe they're going to start doing with that people. If you can't fit in the cage, you can't get on the plane.
They could do it in that thing where you stand there with your arms up and then have like a little thing that comes down and goes and around your waist and sorry, red light flashes. Everybody brings everybody's attention.
Oh yeah, people are screaming.
Daddy, look for Henry Turtle! It's a twister! It's a twister!
You know, and speaking of the airline, it happened to us, and I just saw it happen to someone the other day. Going through the airport, going through the check-in, they say, sorry, you have to check in that bag. You can't take it with you, even though it did fit in the carry-on size. Made us pay for the bag, about $70 to pay for a bag to check in, really expensive. Then you get up to the airline counter, and they say, oh, sorry, we have we have a full flight. Anyone who has carry-ons that you would wish to check in, we will do that for free.
That's not fair.
After you get through the line and they're like, sorry, we're overbooked. We're asking you have to check in your baggage. It's going to be $70 and you can leave your bag there in the airport or you can pay the $70 and then you get to the gate and it's free.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's too bad they did that to you at the beginning and you really can't argue with anybody when you're in your airport. They just call a cop.
Yeah.
So that's horrible. I did a lot of flying last year. Every flight was that way. Mm-hmm. I mean, pretty much anymore. If by the time they get through first class, military, handicapped, and get to anybody else that's on the plane, if you're flying economy, don't even think you get to take a carry-on on a plane. You're not gonna. And I don't see it. But what irritates me is when they took my bag and they put it in their little box and it was a little tight and they're hemming and hawing whether they're going to let me take it. But then they let a guy behind me go through with a 3-foot long duffel bag.
Wow.
That's totally just stuffed full. How that obviously wouldn't have fit in the basket. Yeah. Don't get me started on airlines.
Yeah. I had another one where we used I'm not going to say the airline, but the particular airline's credit card to buy the tickets. And we're there and we had to pay we paid money, paid extra for our check-in baggage. And then we hear over the intercom, customers from this airline using their airline credit card get 1 free baggage check-in per flight, per ticket. And I'm like, we just paid for that. And we used my credit card to pay for the flight. Why are you charging me? They should have automatically done it. And then when I went back, I'm like, hey, shouldn't that have been free? They're like, oh, sorry, you already paid. We can't give refunds on it.
Wow.
They're like, oh, you should have said that when you paid your baggage. I'm like, I didn't know.
How much extra money do they make every day doing that kind of stuff to people?
Oh, I know. I mean,
greed has run rampant across the planet.
$70 a bag times 4 people. And that's just one family, All
right.
Anyway.
We're still hung up on the first thing we didn't know yesterday.
I know, right? Sorry about that. This one's a little happier story. The hummingbird's metabolism rate is so high, they'll starve to death in 2 hours if they don't feed. Well, maybe that's not so happy. I just read hummingbirds and thought, oh, that's happy.
That's cute. That sounds like me with diabetes.
Right?
If I don't eat in 2 hours, I'm going to die. Or at least make you wish I did.
I feel like that sometimes too. So per person, Canadians eat more mac and cheese than any other country.
And you can tell just by looking at them.
Right. You can tell they're a bunch of mac and cheese eaters. A lot of them. I believe they call that craft dinner, though. They don't refer to it as mac and cheese.
Yeah. Craft dinner.
Craft dinner. The costume budget for the film Titanic, $8.4 million. The costuming budget.
Wow. Just the costumes.
I wish our local theater had that kind of budget in general, let alone costumes. I bet you they could do a lot more with that budget than the Titanic did with it.
All right. Moving on. Here's a cute one we could ask people to post on Facebook if they have a certain ritual that we're not going to cover here. And we'll share that one as well. When you leave your pet is what this is called. What do you do when you leave your pet at home? Do you say goodbye? Do you tell your pet what time you'll be back? So here's what the internet said. And then I'm curious to find out what Chuck says to his 4 pets. 5. Are you up to 5 now? You got a cat too, right?
Yeah. I guess that does make 5.
Makes 5. All right. What the internet said, I have multiple pets and I tell them which one is in charge when I'm gone. That's cute.
I can see that, though.
All right. Somebody says I tell the cat, no computer and stay out of the liquor cabinet.
That's fair as well. Some dogs are into that.
One here says, my aunt leaves a radio on for her cockatiel. He likes to sing and dance.
Aw.
Hope they're playing KCHW.
Of
That
course.
made me feel really good one time is carpet installers for the carpet store there in Chihuahua told me one time that at least 80% of the homes that they walk into are playing KCHW. So even if nobody's home, the radio's on for like the pet or whatever.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Right. Can we get ratings credit for that?
Maybe. I got some pictures yesterday. Our newest sponsor, Country Chevrolet, lent us a vehicle to make a tower run, and somehow every preset station got turned to 102.7. It was a miraculous thing. So
so if somebody goes to hit the preset buttons, it's only going to go to us. I'm thinking you probably did that. Good job, Chuck.
So,
it's amazing.
Made some modifications.
Amazing.
I hope they don't mind. Actually, and this is true. I actually did not do that. It was set that way when I got in the car.
Oh, you think they were doing it as a tease for you?
Or I may or may not have remembered doing that the first time I borrowed that particular car, and it's still set that way. Nobody changed it.
That's totally cool. So
But
a big
either
round
way,
of applause for them
yeah.
for hooking us up to get up to the tower.
Yeah, and
Chuck's big truck needs his new
it
transmission.
does. And I've got some great pictures of the Country Chevrolet vehicle up there on the tower with the nice scene in the background. And
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna.
All right. So if you're but we need to get a magnetic sign. So if you borrow that one again, you can double up on the advertising.
There you go.
Okay. Let's go back to when you leave your pet home. Here's somebody who says, I've been turning on Disney Plus and playing movies for him lately. He also really likes watching golf, or at least that's what I tell myself.
That's hilarious. When I was a kid growing up in Alaska, I'm not a golfer. I'm not necessarily. I mean, I don't dislike golf, but I'm not a fan of watching it on TV. But I did enjoy watching golf, especially growing up in Alaska on TV, because they would start playing golf around end of January, early February in some of these warmer climates, and I would just turn on the TV and close all the curtains and just imagine that I'm in the spring in those nice days with green grass.
Okay.
And golf was my escape from reality. Just enjoying the scenery. Turn the heater up. Yeah.
All right, last one here. It says, I say goodbye and tell them where I'm going, how long I'll be gone, and who I'm doing it with. Sure, your dog appreciates that, or your cat.
You got to let
All
them
right, Chuck,
know.
what do you do to the animals when you're leaving the house?
Oh, usually I'll find a ball or a toy and throw it across the other side of the house and run out of the door really quick before they try to get out.
Oh.
Our dogs, they love to go with us, and they don't like, especially, I'm okay because they're more used to me coming and going, but the kids and my wife, they tend to not like them to leave, and especially the kids go outside, even if it's just to go out in the yard, man, they will freak out and they will do everything within their power to get out of that house. And one of them especially, he's a golden doodle, and he is short and he is stout and he's like a little tank. And once he gets if he gets the tip of his nose in that door, you're not going to stop him. You could be the Incredible Hulk himself. Through. Yeah, and he's like superpowers with being able to get that door pushed open and get out of the house. So
I have to even if she's sleeping, I have to go over to my cat and I have to wake her up and tell her I'm leaving and make sure she sees me going to the door. If I don't, about as soon as she wakes up after I've left, she will literally scream repeatedly. I mean, so loud that the neighbors could hear you. When I lived in Chihuahua, the people in the house next to me actually said, when you leave, your cat screams for like 5 minutes straight. And I got Sammy here now too, and she'll tell me, man, as soon as 10 minutes you were out the door, the cat just started screaming bloody murder.
Mine.
And don't leave her alone in a room too. If everybody goes to bed and you do not wake up the cat and show her that you went to bed, she'll wake up at 2 a.m. and just sit there and scream because she thinks she's alone.
Oh, poor Mooch.
It's so sad.
That is sad. Sometimes ours they do love a good howl, and we'll sit around the couch, and if we start howling, they will start howling along with us. And sometimes when we leave the house, we'll be walking in the car, and in the background, we'll hear, "Ow, ow, ow." They're just going to town in the house.
That's funny. All right, next one this morning is Word Spy, and this is all for Chuck. He's going to educate us on some words we should probably start using.
Okay. So
right.
these aren't actually real words, but I think they should be.
Okay.
Yeah. See an e-goer. This is someone who attends church only at Christmas and Easter, usually only to please their parents. See an e-goer. Christmas and Easter only. Yeah.
Oops.
Puberty. Puberty is the age at which one may legally consume alcoholic beverages in licensed establishments. Puberty.
I'm so happy I finally made it to puberty.
I can't hear you. I'm going through puberty. This is a greenager, which is an eco-conscious adolescent.
I like it.
I like that one. An ice maker, which is the opposite of an icebreaker. It's something you do that make things super awkward right after meeting someone.
Chuck?
I'm an expert. If you need any advice on how to be an ice maker, come see me. And I will just give you a lesson by example immediately.
I am that way with women.
Yeah. I've got a couple of friends that online, we go, group chats or whatever, we're great friends. We have great banter, meet in person. And it's just, hi. How are you? Okay, goodbye. And it's weird. This interaction, this internet interaction compared to in person is always a little bit different.
I wonder what's going to happen to us in the next 20 years.
I know, right? We'll just have avatars. There was a movie about that. I don't remember what it was. Slide walk is a sidewalk too icy to walk on.
That's what I do.
That's what you're going to do this weekend. Sounds like.
Scooch. I'm going to scooch everywhere.
Get your ice skates out. Zero tasking is doing nothing.
Oh.
I actually really like that one. Sometimes you have plans for the day and your plans are doing nothing. Like that's what you want to do. That's what you plan on doing. And somebody will call you up. Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Oh, good. Then you can do this thing. And no, you didn't hear me. I'm doing nothing. I'm busy. Yeah. So this way, what are you doing? I'm zero tasking.
Ooh,
I love that. Okay. And that'll at least confuse them enough to where they won't ask you to do the thing they want you to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds important.
Right?
Yeah. Things you did as a kid that your kids are never going to do, Chuck. First one, call mom for a ride home from a payphone or a friend's house.
Or
like a kitchen phone.
Did you do the clicking thing where you have like 2 seconds to say something really quick and then 1 click for yes, 2 clicks for no? Did you do that one?
No.
No, yeah, we could. That's how I communicated with my parents all through high school. Is I would call them, "Can Bobby come over after school?" And then it would end, but you could still hear. It wouldn't disconnect the call, but if you click the if you click the hang up thing, it would make clicking noises on their end. So they would ask yes or no questions. 1 click for yes, 2 clicks for no.
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
No.
No, it was.
What was the purpose of that?
It was like a code. So you didn't have to use a quarter. If you want to you want to ask your parents for something.
Okay.
Without using a quarter, you could call and you'd had about 2 seconds to say something really fast, and then the call would stay connected, but you could hear them, but they couldn't hear you.
I can't hear.
So they would ask a question and you'd click 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was pretty common.
Wow.
You'd see all the kids lining up after school or during lunch behind the payphone in the cafeteria, all clicking that little thing. Yeah.
Another thing you won't see your kid that you did that you won't see your kids do: rent a movie at a store. Now it's been a couple years since I've been up to Kettle Falls. I wonder if they still have their video store.
I don't know.
Yeah. Stick a shiny copper penny in a bubblegum machine. And I better have a quarter now, I think.
I think that one was before my time even.
Make a mixtape for your high school crush.
Yes.
Yeah. Use an encyclopedia in your report. Type that report on a typewriter.
Right.
Also not going to happen. Ride a bike without a helmet and do other dangerous things with your bicycle.
I do like bike riding, and I will leave the house without my helmet on because, I'm of the age where that's pretty dorky to go riding around without your. I mean, it's dumb to ride around without your helmet on. I agree, but my kids will be like, "Dad, do not leave this house without your helmet on," and they will parent me. They'll be like, "You're not leaving this house without your helmet." So
That's
help
why
me.
I don't ride bikes, because I don't want to wear the tight shorts. It would not be attractive on me. And then that goofy little helmet. And then, I'm going down the road and somebody's looking at you and going, wow.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
I've at least got a cool helmet.
Yeah. I don't get the last one here. Why is this something you did that your kids will never do? Play darts in a basement. Did they make darts illegal?
I don't think so. I mean, you can still go to Walmart in the sporting goods section and buy a dartboard.
I don't get that one. It should have been play lawn darts because they took out the spikes.
Yeah.
The new lawn darts don't have spikes on them, which takes half the fun out of it.
It's a ball that lands. And that ball weighs like 5 pounds and it's hard as a rock. So rather than being stabbed, you get blunt force trauma.
And in all the time playing lawn darts, I never saw anybody get skewered. Come on.
Oh, that's unfortunate for you, Scott. What a boring childhood you had. No, I didn't either. I didn't either.
Kat Brooks is checking in. She says, "What's doing nothing with a laughy face?"
Kat doesn't even know what that means. Kat's always doing something.
Zero tasking. Yeah, she doesn't have a clue.
No,
she doesn't have a clue. I remember after several years at the radio station and being stressed out for several years, I forgot how to relax. Mm-hmm. And I was out on Loon Lake in a boat and I couldn't relax. It's like, wow. It took me, I took a vacation after that, and it literally took me the 2 weeks of the vacation to remember how to relax.
Wow.
So, but I've got it down to a fine science now.
I actually, I stay fairly busy, and I had somebody once the other day or a few weeks ago say, "Wow, you're almost as busy as Kat Brooks is these days."
Ooh,
and I was like, "Is that a compliment or a need to reassess my life choices?" I'm taking anything comparing me to Kat Brooks, I consider a compliment.
See what she says.
But being that busy, I don't. Is that a good thing? It is for Kat. I mean, nobody has the energy that Kat does.
Yeah, I don't know how she keeps up.
Yeah,
especially for all the different places she writes for. Yeah, that'd be tough.
But thank goodness we have her. She's amazing. Yeah. She really is.
All right. If you would like to join the Kat Brooks fan club.
Sorry, I'm a fan.
Chuck got his lifelong membership, so he only had to pay once.
I have the T-shirt.
Yeah. All right. Here comes something for you, Chuck, and you ain't gonna like it.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Maybe Kat'll help you.
Yeah, come on, Kat.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Kat, you'll have to message me directly, Kat, because there's a minute delay here. So if I'm going to cheat, you got to do it privately.
Oh, yeah. All right. We're looking for some help. Keep your phone open. You got it ready?
I got it ready.
On the text?
I got it ready.
All right.
I got it ready.
All right. First question, Chuck.
Okay.
92% of rain falls where?
On the plains in Spain.
No, sir.
92% of rain
falls where? This should be super obvious.
Over the ocean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job. Woo. All right. Americans throw away about 2 billion of these a year. Both men and women use them in the bathroom.
2 billion a year?
2 billion a year we throw away.
Is it the Q-tips?
No.
Cotton swabs? No.
Something kind of polluting, and it's made of plastic.
Is it like shampoo bottles?
No.
Or toothbrushes?
No.
Or toothpaste tubes?
Is something you probably wouldn't want to try and do in bed?
Well, I mean, brushing your teeth is something you wouldn't necessarily want to do in bed.
But you could if you had a glass. This one, yeah, your bed's going to get all itchy.
Oh, it's going to get itchy.
Yeah.
Is it disposable razors?
It is.
Okay,
good job.
There we go.
That's right. I give excellent hits or
There you
tips.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
Yes.
I appreciate
All right,
it. I appreciate it.
All right. We're going to act historical now.
Okay.
I'm going to name an actor, and you tell me the historical actor they played.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So they played
Tom
another.
Hanks?
They played another actor, or a character, or just a
A
person.
historical figure.
Okay,
Historical
historical
figure.
figure. Okay.
Tom Hanks played this guy in Saving Mr. Banks.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one.
I didn't. I wouldn't get that one right.
I don't know. I know he's played Sully. He played Mr. Rogers. Didn't he play Mr. Rogers in the Mr. Rogers movie?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's something I never watch. I was even as a child, Mr. Rogers creeped me out.
Yeah, but
It was like the old Keebler's house. Just stay away.
I think as a kid he did a little bit too, but growing up you realize he was actually one of the good ones. And when you read the stories and all the things he did, but,
Yeah. But I mean, as a kid, he was just too nice and too soft. It just creeped me out bad.
I could see that.
All right, Tom Hanks played this guy in Saving Mr. Banks. It was Walt Disney, Chuck.
Walt Disney. Oh, yes. Okay.
All right, Ryan Gosling played Neil Armstrong. What was the name of the movie?
Oh,
These are going to be tough.
oh man, I don't know.
First Man. Never saw that one either. First Man.
I almost said First Contact.
Elizabeth Taylor played this Egyptian ruler.
Cleopatra.
Good job. Biblical figure was played by Jim Caviezel.
Jesus.
Daniel Day-Lewis portrayed the 16th president.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
And that was
Eddie,
in Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, right? Oh no,
yeah.
that was Abraham Lincoln Zombie Hunter, but different movie.
Eddie Redmayne was Stephen Hawking in this movie. Name the movie.
Oh,
Another one I didn't see either.
that one I don't know. I wouldn't even begin to guess.
It was The Theory of Everything.
The Theory of Everything. Okay.
All right. Let's try this, and then if you're wrong, you'll only be wrong once. Spy the Lie. It said that the tip of a whip being cracked travels at 760 miles an hour.
Speed of
The
sound.
average,
Speed of sound.
average scalp has 100,000 hairs. In 1982, Time magazine named television its Man of the Year.
I'm gonna go with the Time magazine thing with television.
And you're right, but what did they name Man of the Year that wasn't a man?
The internet.
I'll take that. It was a computer.
Okay.
They named the computer Man of the Year. That's
Wow.
so lame. So incredible.
We'll look at some of the people they've named Men of the Year.
All right, let's do another Spy the Lie. Burger King's original name was Binko Burger King. If a tuna stops swimming, it sinks. SpongeBob SquarePants was going to be Sponge Boy, but that name was already trademarked.
I'm gonna go with the SpongeBob.
That one is actually true.
Okay. So maybe a tuna because they have the air bladders in them, right? That keep them from
Nope.
sinking.
No, you're wrong there too. The lie was Burger King's original name wasn't Binko Burger King. It was Insta Burger King. Also equally as bad. That's a tough one.
The
Sorry.
bingo sounds like something you do while you're having a coffee break in a casino. Like, I'm just going to go get some lunch, play some bingo. Yeah.
That's Plinko. Chuck.
Oh, okay. Or bunko.
Plinko. All right. I just want to hear you say this word on the radio.
Okay. Let's do it.
A person suffering from polythelia has 3 of these. What are they?
Polythelia has 3 of these. And the answer is what you want me to say on the air.
Yes.
Okay. Do they have 3 butt cheeks?
I've never heard of that one.
I haven't either.
No, that is not it.
Do they have 3? Is it related to the body or is it like a possession?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is it a body part?
Oh, yeah.
Is it something that could possibly be inappropriate to say on the radio?
Not really.
Okay. So like an arm or a nose?
Not that.
An eyeball?
No.
A tongue? 3 tongues?
No. It's on your torso. Person suffering from this has 3 of these on their torso.
Is it testicle, Scott?
If yours are on your torso, you got a problem.
Torso, okay. I was thinking like midsection. That's true.
I don't want to see that.
3 nipples.
What'd you say?
3 nipples, Scott.
Well, the jerk store called, and they're running out of you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, 3 nipples. You know, that's actually fairly common. They say about a third of the population has a 3rd nipple.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. In sports, the very first one of these had 15 participants. The year was 1897. It was in Boston. What were they doing?
Were they playing basketball?
No. 1897.
Were they playing?
Very first one of these only had 15 people. I give you a huge hint by saying Boston.
Was Boston? That's what made me think of basketball. Was it some sort of festival, like a St. Patty's Day festival?
No, looking for the Boston Marathon.
The Boston Marathon. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And here you were thinking Boston cream pie.
You know,
all right.
Yeah. Running. I'm more into the Boston cream pies than the marathon type things.
That's what I would. Yeah. You're not gonna. You might catch me eating the pie, but no.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna play Time Cop to wrap this up.
Okay.
What you have to do is when you're playing Time Cop is catch which of the following events did not happen in 1969.
Okay.
So way before you were born.
Yep.
All right. Which did not happen in 1969. A Boeing 747 made its maiden flight. President Ford escaped 2 assassination attempts. Apollo 11 lifted off toward the first landing on the moon. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid opened in movie theaters. Which one of those, the Boeing, President Ford, Apollo 11, or Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, did not happen in 1969?
I'm going to say President Ford.
And you are absolutely correct. For bonus points, what year did that happen?
Was it 68?
No, it was 1975.
75. Oh, that's way later. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you got the question right. Good job, Chuck. All right, when we come back, we're going to have local birthdays. We've got some news and nuggets, and then we always wrap up the show with today's odd news, but you do have to stay right here. It is KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
Howdy, Uncle Henry Turtle! It's a twister! It's a twister!
Well, if you learned anything today, it won't be the truth.
You're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
Don't call me stupid. I'm sensitive.
Where's the car keys?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
But you're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
It's
But you're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
Don't call
Your
me stupid.
KCHW Morning Show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, March the 21st, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Idaho lawmakers are once again looking to change the ballot initiative process in the state. Our Eric Tiganoff reports, with a little more than a week left in the session, House Bill 652 is being considered in that state Senate.
It would do a number of things to change qualifications for ballot measures brought by citizens. That includes requiring monthly signature verification from local county clerks and a 2-month review period when people who sign the ballot could remove their signatures. Sam Sandmeyer with Babe Vote notes it also moves the deadline to gather signatures from April 30th to March 31st.
In Idaho, where we have winter months going through late spring sometimes, this would be extremely burdensome because bad weather through the winter months can make door knocking to collect signatures difficult, especially for elderly volunteers.
Lawmakers in support of the bill say it would add transparency to the process.
Sandmeyer says there have been other attempts by lawmakers to restrict the ballot initiative process, but the Idaho Supreme Court struck down at least one of those. She says a majority of people have testified against the current bill as well. Meantime, judges on the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeal appeared unreceptive to arguments by the Texas Solicitor General Wednesday that the state's new immigration law should take effect because it mirrors federal law. That from NBC News. A 3-judge panel of the court ruled 2-1 late Tuesday. The measure known as Senate Bill 4 should be temporarily blocked while judges hear the case. NBC News notes the law, which Texas Governor Greg Abbott, a Republican, signed in December, would allow police officers to arrest migrants and impose criminal penalties. Among other things, that law would empower state judges to order deportation of people to Mexico. And on Wednesday, the Biden administration announced new tailpipe pollution standards that will give automakers more time to ramp up production of zero-emission vehicles.
Kara Cook with the Alliance of Nurses for Healthy Environments says for nurses who are on the front lines of protecting health in emergency rooms, clinics, on college campuses, and in K-12 schools, enacting strong emission standards is a public health issue.
We are caring for those that are most impacted by pollution, and we are really seeing firsthand the impact that tailpipe pollution is having on the public health as well as community health.
Traffic pollution is linked to premature death, lung cancer, asthma, and other health impacts. The new standards will not be as sweeping as a previous EPA proposal through 2030, but the agency hopes to make up ground by 2032 and cut 7 billion tons of pollution by mid-century. I'm Eric Galatas.
Transportation remains the number one source of climate emissions in the U.S. This is Public News Service. Billings-based Western Native Voice is holding its annual membership conference in Great Falls starting tomorrow. Members are discussing demographic participation, but also cultural issues affecting tribes.
The conference is called No Vote Left Behind and will focus on helping Indigenous people register to vote and know where and when to cast ballots. Just as importantly, workshops will focus discussions on cultural identity and what it means to be Native. Western Native Voice Communications Director Tracy Garfield is a member of the Assiniboine tribe and says more than 50% of Indigenous people in Montana live off reservations, which leaves many wondering where and how they fit in with their culture.
Participants and members of the workshop will be able to talk to each other, talk about what it means to be Native, how they grew up. Some grew up on a reservation. We'll have people who grew up in the urban areas. We'll also have people who grew up in rural Montana off of the reservations.
I'm Mark Moran.
Meantime, to North Dakota, where there and in many other states, the backgrounds of people serving in state legislatures largely leave out one key demographic, the working class.
Researchers at Duke University and Loyola University Chicago say their study finds the share of legislators across the country who have mainly held working-class jobs as adults was below 2% in 2023. In contrast, 50% of the U.S. labor force is made up of manual labor workers, the service industry, and clerical or union jobs. Report co-author Eric Hansen says the data represents a clear disconnect.
There's this real sense that government and elected officials are really out of touch with the population. And one of the reasons for that is because our elected officials don't really come from the same set of backgrounds that most Americans come from.
I'm Mike Moen.
Finally, Daniel Smith reminds us spring marks the season for annual migrations for numerous bird species.
Bird experts say bird watchers are encouraged to be vigilant as they may encounter countless species ranging from waterfowls and songbirds to shorebirds, herons, egrets, and raptors. Eric Johnson with Audubon Delta says he recently saw a prothonotary warbler in South Louisiana, and they should be flying to Arkansas in a few weeks.
So over the course of the next 2 months, something like 2.1 billion birds are going to cross the Gulf of Mexico and funnel themselves up the Mississippi Flyway, many of them through Arkansas on their way to their breeding grounds across the eastern United States and Canada.
Johnson says bird migration typically starts in mid-March and reaches its peak in early May.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. You can hear us on radio stations big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
We are two wild and crazy guys.
Woohoo! And just like that, we're back for part 2 of the KCHW Morning Show. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for being here, tuning in on YouTube, kchw.org. Where else? Twitch, and of course on Facebook, and the radio at 102.7 today. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. I think we should get going on TikTok too, Scott.
You think so?
I think so. I think we should.
I think we shouldn't, just as a statement of how wrong Elon Musk usually is.
What? But that's not his. He doesn't own TikTok, does he?
Oh, you said TikTok. I was thinking
TikTok.
Twitter.
No, not Twitter. Not Twitter.
TikTok. Yeah. Can you actually like broadcast for an hour and a half on TikTok?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Wow.
Yeah, you can do live videos on TikTok.
All right. Do we have to dance?
That's where all the cool kids are. Yeah, we have to dance and lip sync to popular songs, Scott.
All right.
No, we don't.
I'm kind of thinking we probably won't fit in.
I have seen some of the most dull, boring live videos on TikTok that just go on for hours. So I haven't watched them for hours, but you can see how long they've been on, and just sitting there staring at the camera. So I don't.
Yeah, there's that one guy.
Well, Stinky Pete, I think it's time you learned the true meaning of playtime.
Definitely much less exciting stuff than us on there.
I think there should be a guy we could follow called Stinky Pete.
I would follow anybody named Stinky Pete. I would follow.
Yeah. All right, Chuck, let's kick this segment off with a look at those local birthdays if we have some for today.
I have those right here, Scott. So today, as I got to check the calendar, make sure I got the date right. We have Rhonda Washington with a birthday. Terry and Sherry Chalmers have an anniversary, and Jake and Andy Willard also have an anniversary. So there you go.
Know them and love them. See them around town. Point and laugh. Tell them we talked about them on the radio.
Happy anniversary, everybody, and birthday. Yeah, there was a couple days in a row on the calendar we didn't have anybody this week. It was a bit unusual. It's a light birthday week.
All right. Timothy Dalton's having a birthday today. He played in Penny Dreadful, the 2 James Bond films, and I've also seen him in that as a real creepy dude in that, 1923, the one of the Yellowstone Origin series, and he plays a creepy dude.
Oh, I think he's a little underrated as James Bond, though. I thought he did I liked his Bond movies, and he only did a couple of them, and he kind of moved on. I thought he was better than Pierce Brosnan, personally. Don't hate me.
All right, comedian Brad Hall, who was on Saturday Night Live, is turning 66. Gary Oldman from Slow Horses and Batman films, many, many more, also 66. Matthew Broderick from Godzilla and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 62. Rosie O'Donnell, 1962. Here, I thought she had disappeared.
She's still out there somewhere.
Scott Eastwood from I Want You Back and The Longest Ride, son of Clint Eastwood, is 38. And on to history with Chuck Ritchie.
Yeah, so in 1948, they renamed the Telecaster. What? Okay, this is worded weird. 1948 renamed the Telecaster. In 1950, Fender's guitar became the mainstay of both country and rock musicians. Okay.
1948. Wow.
1948, yeah. Then 1965, around 3,000 civil rights demonstrators led by the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. began their march in Alabama from Selma to Montgomery. Very cool. 1977, Mrs. James Duck of Memphis became history's fastest mother. Her triplets were born naturally in under 2 minutes. Wow. Triplets in 2 minutes.
You can do it!
The rest of you ladies, you need to speed it up. Come on.
I used to have a potato gun that took longer to reload than that.
Wow.
In 1980, on the season finale of the drama Dallas, the infamous character J.R. Ewing was shot by an unseen assailant, leading to the catchphrase, "Who shot J.R.?"
That drove people nuts, too.
Right? Because it was the big season finale, and you had to wait the whole year to find out. Yeah. Then Hillsborough County, Florida, sheriff's deputies said they were investigating a series of burglaries involving beer-thirsty bandits. As many as 15 refrigerators, all on back porches overlooking golf courses, were broken into. Residents say sodas and other drinks were not taken, only the beer. So someone was just going around the golf course on everybody's back porch and getting the beer out.
Sounds like a high school kid.
Well, it's kind of predictable. You're on a golf course. You have a refrigerator on your back porch. What are you keeping in that refrigerator? It's going to be beer. Yeah. That's where you keep the beer.
That's like when it was 2008, when we were going through, I don't know what they eventually termed it, but economy was really, really tough. Mm-hmm. Gas prices had shot up way over $4 a gallon. And I was managing a mobile home park in Indiana, and one of the residents called me and says, all upset, and he wanted me to do something about it because someone had came on his deck and stole his 5-gallon gas can. And I said, was it full? And he says, yeah. And I said, well, gas is $5 a gallon right now, right?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do about it?
You basically left an unlocked cash register out in public view.
Yeah. Things that make you say,
Right? Then in 2013, the European Space Agency revealed that new data indicated the universe is 13.82 billion years old.
Yeah, whatever.
How do we know that?
Yeah, how?
Talk to the hand.
I just wanted, so the universe, we're talking about the universe here. I mean, something happened to have existed before the universe, which would be, what would that be, Scott? Oh yeah, the universe. Yeah. I don't know.
It always amazes me how humans think we know it all.
Right.
We're going to take something like that where we really have no concept of what's going on and say, it's this age.
Right.
You can tell.
Right. Yeah. I don't think, pretty sure it's just kind of always been there. Yeah. In 2018, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg admitted they made mistakes after data on 50 million users was harvested by Cambridge Analytica.
Wow.
Mistakes were made, mistakes that were huge.
Yeah, we didn't have a password.
Right? Shouldn't have named your password after your dog. 2019, Emilia Clarke revealed she suffered 2 brain aneurysms while filming Game of Thrones.
All right.
That's not a happy story.
No. Well, she lived, so it is a happy story.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that. Yeah, she had some rough time, and she kept on filming. So
Right, we got a whole bunch of special events and goofy holidays today. The first one, definitely a special event, International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Over the past, I thought we were doing good, but over the past decade, I'd almost say since Obama was president, it seems like we've really been going backwards with discrimination.
It's come roaring back, and in a public way that has always been not acceptable. That now all of a sudden, I think with social media, it's
I think there's one person we could point to with a big mouth that's caused a lot of that.
Maybe
Think about it. All right, International Day of the Forests. Hug a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Companies That Care Day.
Oh.
And you might say they don't exist anymore, but I think they do. My daughter works for a company that gives huge random bonuses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All of a sudden you're like, why did I get 3 paychecks?
Yeah.
And then she called me one day and said, I got the equivalent of 2 extra paychecks on my paycheck deposited. And I said, well, don't take it out of your account. Leave it there. It's probably a mistake. And then she calls me back on Monday and she goes, it was a bonus.
Wow.
I was like, wow, that is a big bonus.
I'm still expecting my KCHW bonus.
Huh.
Did I just hear crickets in the background, Scott?
How dare you, sir? How dare you? No, how dare you? No, how dare you? How dare you? No, how dare you? You dare condemn me?
Yeah, how dare you, Chuck? Come on, really?
But
You're gonna ask for a raise on the air.
But we do care. I didn't ask for a raise. I said, where's my bonus, Scott? There's a difference there.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus. Totally different thing. I got a bonus for you.
I think I got a sticker the other day. I'll count that.
Yep. Okay. Absolutely Incredible Kids Day. You probably have one.
We have 2. 4.
All right, this one, I don't know what it is. International Tiramisu Day.
You don't know what tiramisu is?
I don't.
Oh, it's a delicious dessert. It's an Italian dessert with ladyfingers soaked in coffee and cream, and they're absolutely delicious.
So what actually is a ladyfinger?
Don't ask, Scott. We don't talk about that.
Okay.
No, it's a really sort of light cake, like they're like cake sticks basically. They're shaped like fingers.
That's disgusting.
No,
All
they're
right.
delicious.
It's also Memory Day, and I'm going to go ahead and just push that out of my memory. Agriculture Day. We wouldn't be eating without that. California Strawberry Day. Common Courtesy Day, Chuck. Aw.
Often not so
Crunchy
common.
Taco Day.
Yep.
We'll say what?
Often not so common.
Not so common.
Yeah.
It's Fragrance Day. That gives me an asthma attack. French Bread Day. Single Parents Day. Vermouth Day. A Slytherin Pride Day from Harry Potter.
Yesterday was Hufflepuff Pride Day.
Ooh. Oranges and Lemons Day. Teenagers Day. What?
You're ruining my life.
Oh, man. World Poetry Day, World Puppetry Day, and it's time for you, Chuck, World Tattoo Day.
Oh, cool. I guess it's time to schedule that appointment again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not to be outdone by Chuck with the number of the day.
Yeah, the number of the day is 20 million. That's the estimated number of preppers in the United States in 2024, up from 10 million in 2017. So
wow,
doubled in 7 years the number of preppers in the United States.
I wonder how many of them have like underground bunkers.
I don't know, but I always thought an underground bunker, prepper or not, would be the coolest thing to have in your house.
Yeah.
Even cooler than making one would be to discover one that was already there.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Or a secret system of tunnels under your house.
I'm clearing out an area in my house, and there is I know there's a void because the measurements don't match up. So there's about an 18-inch void in the wall with a piece of plywood that's been painted and screwed over that void in the wall. So I'm about to go in there, and I'll reveal on the radio what it is, unless it's money. But
maybe Tafa.
But I do know that's behind the washer and dryer, and there is a heater vent that goes upstairs. So my suspicion is it's for water and plumbing and heat.
All right.
So it's probably boring.
But that's enough space for a body, so that could be, yeah.
But it's still just as exciting to open it up and see what's in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would totally be rowing to watch your live YouTube feed as we find out what's in Chuck's wall. Oh, look, it's cameras.
Oh, wow. I do know. I hold out secret hope. There was a bank robbery in Chihuahua that never was solved the same year my home was built.
Dun, dun,
dun, dun, dun. I doubt it's happened. And this plywood was clearly put in there probably in the 90s when the heating was upgraded. So, yeah, it's probably boring.
Well, thanks for the false start.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be boring, and I won't do it live.
All right, before we go to odd news, I want to do this one. We've heard this many times in the news that Finland is the world's happiest country. Mm-hmm. They just released the World 2024 World Happiness Report, and it sheds some light on some concerning trends among the youth in the United States and Western Europe. According to the report, young people in these regions are becoming increasingly less satisfied with their lives, with happiness levels falling off steeply in the United States, especially among those aged 15 to 24. I think COVID might have had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
The state of our politics and the state of our country, all the animosity. U.S. now ranks 23 in terms of happiness worldwide.
Wow.
All-time low for the United States of America.
Wow. You know,
All-time.
I was having a conversation with somebody the other day who probably is not on the same side of the political spectrum as I am. But it was a great conversation about, we really need to just stop with all of the garbage and just figure out a way to work together, because we got to live together and do this stuff. And, with all this division and he said this and he said that and putting somebody like Trump up there, there's somebody back behind the scenes pulling the strings, just laughing at us. I don't want to get all conspiracy theory, but there's no way that all this stuff can be happening without somebody just being like, yeah, you guys stay busy with that while we go do something else here that's not good for the country or the world.
You know what I'd like to see is us to go back to regular lying in politics.
Yeah.
Where you didn't know, because this blatant lying is ridiculous. Just making stuff up. Marjorie Taylor. All right. She's the best make up a lie person on the planet. Horrible person.
But she's the worst because she's really bad at it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you believe anything she says, you got a problem. You should seek help because they're obvious lies.
Right.
Obvious. Jewish space lasers.
Right?
On the other hand, reports highlights the consistent performance of Nordic countries as the happiest places in the world, with Finland clinching the title of happiest country in the world yet another year. It's like every year people in Finland are voted the happiest. Following Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, Israel. Probably not going to be there next year.
Israel, that's a weird one to throw in there.
I'm guessing that won't be the same next year.
Yeah, probably not.
The Netherlands, Norway, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Australia. All right.
Okay.
New Zealand following Australia at number 11. Costa Rica at 12. Kuwait at 13. That's kind of surprising, too.
Huh.
They got all that oil money.
Yeah,
money
true.
does tend to make you a little happier, just saying.
They say money can't buy happiness. That Marjorie Taylor Greene is a lie.
Number 14, Austria. 15, Canada, Belgium, Ireland, Czechia, Lithuania, United Kingdom at 20, Slovenia at 21, United Arab Emirates at 22, United States at 23, followed by Germany and Mexico.
Yay, we're happier than Germany.
If Mexico's the 25th happiest place, why are they all trying to leave? That's not fair. Most of the immigrants coming up now are coming from below, Venezuela, countries like that.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Just joking around. All right. On to what we like to call odd news.
Yes. Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Woohoo! Here we go. It's today's odd news. We kick it off with the news attack. First sentence, true. Second sentence, big fat lie.
Yep.
I won't use the word fat, a big Margie Taylor Greene. In fact, all the second sentences, we'll just say that, written by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, wait a minute. They're too clever for that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Even the bad ones.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to kick things off here?
I did. Did I not say that?
Oh, that's
I'm
okay.
So sorry.
I knew you meant it. Experts are warning the public of possible counterfeit safety glasses and the damage they could cause during next month's solar eclipse. Nothing enhances the cosmic experience like wondering if you'll be able to see tomorrow.
My eyes!
Counterfeit safety glasses. What kind of sick individual would make fake just to sell them for 50 cents a piece? And that makes no sense.
And to my friends in Idaho, please don't repeat 2017's eclipse by putting sunblock on your eyes. Oh.
Sorry, Idaho.
Sorry.
But you don't do it again. You should have learned.
All right.
This is a sad but true story. Half of Americans believe in medical conspiracy theories. It's true. The vitamin C is spying on us using 5G.
I'd be more worried about the zinc, though.
Right. That zinc, untrustworthy. You can't trust anything starts with a Z. Yeah.
If half of Americans believe in medical conspiracy theories, then I'm one of them. But maybe that's because my dentist's office is in a rusted van down by the river. Come on in, I'll fix your teeth.
We did take our cat to a vet that was in an older model RV parked alongside their house. But she was actually really great. So there was that. So missing sleep may be damaging your brain. What? So be sure to get plenty during your next midday office meeting.
Or, for goodness sake, somebody get Vladimir Putin a nap.
Right?
And Trump. And Biden.
A really long one.
Because those are three of the worst brains I can think of.
Right?
Yeah.
Man. And for some reason, they're the ones we want in charge. Even though the president has no control over gas prices, just over half Americans believe he does. You see that a lot on social media and stuff, and I just want to scream, but instead I scroll on.
I just choose unfollow. Sorry, friends.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it. It's getting so expensive to fill up some of those big pickup trucks that Dodge is planning to offer the new Ram with an optional drill and a portable oil rig. Kind of muff that up in the middle, but that's okay.
All right, more research. They say the heat index, the feels like temperature, feels like, is rising even more than the regular temperature. Huh? So meteorologists are saying it's getting hotter, and the heat index is like, really? Hold my warm beer.
Ironically, that's Trump's new campaign slogan.
Hold my warm beer?
Or just hold my beer. We should switch that to our country as a motto. You know, whatever. What is our current country motto? What is it? I don't even know. You don't know either. So it should be here. Hold my beer.
Here, hold my beer.
What a more American phrase than that?
America the Beautiful? I don't know.
Here, hold my beer. Or where's the bacon?
Hold my beer. I'm voting for that.
Yeah, hold my beer. I think that's appropriate.
All right. On to Wacky But True. We don't add anything to these but clips from a movie or perhaps some sound effects that make it a little more clever. And here comes Chuck again.
So 3 teens in Czechia were arrested, not to be confused with Czechia, which I'll be announcing soon.
Where he has already made himself president.
That's right. 3 teens there were arrested after using their horticulture classes to grow marijuana under the noses of teachers. The teachers at the school said they thought the 14-year-olds had been growing tomato plants until they caught them smoking the leaves. The boys faced disciplinary action by the school.
How could you miss that?
No one in Czechia will be arrested for growing marijuana. No. I promise you this.
I'm trying to score points with a teacher today. Don't screw it up.
You know what? You're a lousy kindergarten teacher. I seen those finger paintings you bring home and they suck.
It's horrible.
Wow.
On to Memphis, where police in Memphis are on the hunt for a suspect who attempted to rob a family's dollar store at gunpoint. Ooh. Only to be foiled by the quick thinking of a cashier. Same suspect was later caught on video successfully robbing a different Dollar General store wearing the identical clothing. The suspect, described as a man wearing a black hoodie with a white towel on his head, was armed with a handgun and carrying a black backpack in both incidents. He's been given the nickname the Bath Towel Bandit.
The Bath Towel Bandit.
Let's delve deeper into this.
Take a hot bath and then wrap a hot towel around your head.
Wrap a hot towel around my head?
And then make yourself some soup. Get a nap. Okay?
Okay.
Never mind. Wet a towel and wrap it around your head. That'll muffle the signal.
Towel? No, air dry.
If things have gone wrong, I'm talking to myself, and you've got a wet towel wrapped around your head.
Bar towel.
Bar towel. Thank you, John Wayne.
I believe that came from Home Alone 6, the Bath Towel Bandit.
Yep.
So in a small town in upstate New York, a man and his beloved pet alligator at the center of a legal battle that's captivated the community. Tony Cavallero has owned Albert, a 12-foot, 750-pound alligator for over 3 decades, treating him as not just a pet, but as a member of the family. But recent events have thrown their peaceful life into turmoil. His license to keep Albert expired, and state officials seized the alligator from his home due to allegations of endangering the public. Albert maintains that he's harmless, or they maintain that Albert is harmless and has never posed a threat to anyone. But Cavallero now finds himself embroiled in a fight to regain custody of his beloved companion. With the support of the community behind him, Cavallero is determined to be reunited with Albert. An online petition has garnered significant attention, and supporters are rallying around the cause, spreading awareness and advocating for the safe return of the gentle giant.
Gentle giant alligator? I don't think so. And if you look at pictures of his family, in the family picture, they're all missing some fingers.
but they've learned and grown, Scott.
Yes.
Yeah.
Albert the alligator.
Albert the alligator.
Uncle Albert? A jolly joke, I say, but just such an occasion. Would you like to hear it?
My name is Albert.
Keep an eye on Uncle Albert, will you, Bert?
Don't kill me, Albert. I expect that's you.
Don't kill me. That's all I
think,
could find with the word Albert in it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of neat that the community's rallying behind it. I mean, if he truly is, but again, like you say, he's a 750-pound alligator. How much can you really trust that?
And they're not known for being very smart creatures. Just saying.
No, and it's one of those evolution, like dogs, cats. Those have had hundreds of thousands of years evolving alongside humans as companions, and you can't just take a creature randomly out of the wild and turn it into a domesticated pet.
All right. Was it me?
It is
yes.
you. It is you.
A witness in a racketeering, RICO, like what they're charging Trump with, trial involving hip-hop artist Young Thud.
That joke went down with the
thud. Made a shocking statement in Fulton County. They were in criminal court, and Adrian Bean, the witness for the prosecution, admitted that he was so high at present that he might fall asleep while testifying.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
In court.
She don't be believing me. I'm high.
I'm gonna see you in the hospital. We gonna get a high. Yes, sir.
And I'm high.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was going to testify in court, but then I got high.
Isn't that a song?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually one of the lyrics, but it should be.
It works.
It might be, actually. So,
all right, couple bonus stories from a year ago today.
Yeah. So in Portugal, a year ago today, a couple of teenage boys needed money, so they picked out a location and stormed the building's lobby, with one of them holding his hand inside his jacket as if it were a gun. The other team demanded cash from the person behind the glass enclosure. The next thing they knew, they were surrounded by half a dozen police officers. It seems the teens had mistaken the local police station for a bank. What?
Well, bank people wear uniforms too.
You like children?
I do if they're properly cooked.
I could come back later, Mr. Harkin.
Oh, no. It's just parent stuff. It seems that our youngest, Chris, was on something called acid and was firing a bow and arrow into a crowd. You know how kids are.
Kids.
I had a couple, and my kids never did anything like that.
No.
And in fact, I used to be a kid. I never did anything like that. My friends were kids at the time, and they never did anything like that. So,
yeah. No.
There's that.
What, firing an arrow into a crowd or robbing a police station?
Either.
Yeah. I think if I had any friends that were that dumb, they'd probably no longer be my friends. Yep.
I think the worst thing I ever did is you said it earlier, potato gun, and it's been in the back of my head, is we had one and we'd shoot tennis balls with it. And at the time, like the King Street building there across from the bank, the STCU, and you go down there used to be a mobile home park down in there. And we used to go back to the 49er back there where the campground is, and we would shoot tennis balls all the way into that mobile home park just to watch them bounce off the roofs.
We made bottle rocket guns. We even mounted like with zip ties and stuff, like lighters and stuff, to where you just pull the trigger, like the long lighters. You'd stick the thing in there. There's a little slot for the wick, and you just pull it, and it would go and light the fuse, and we'd run around the woods shooting bottle rockets at each other.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, harmless stuff.
It's fun when one because they'll hit you, and then they're still moving forward, so they will just stick, and keep pushing against it. You're running
before they explode.
You're running around trying to get that thing off you before it explodes. Yeah.
That's entertaining.
Yeah.
All right. See, no banks got robbed. Somebody lost an eye, but no banks.
But we did it during the winter, and we wore like the full like Carhartt coveralls and our helmets, like snowmobiling helmets. Yeah. So we were safe. We were
safe.
fine.
All right. Good deal. Maybe you could do that sometime as a winter fun thing with the radio station.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
We're
probably not insured for that.
I'm not gonna look into that one. Maybe like a water balloon fight during the summer.
Oh, there you go. Well, somebody could get hurt just as easy and lose an eye.
That's true. Mm-hmm. It's all fun and games till someone loses an eye. That's what my English teacher said.
Right. All right. Last story here. A young woman in Italy granted a divorce because her bossy mother-in-law was ruining her life. Wife told a judge that her husband was completely dominated by his mom and had become a slave to her. Court granted the divorce on the grounds of excessive and unfounded interference from the woman's mother-in-law and gave the ex-wife the house and alimony.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's break it down.
Okay.
Speaking of safety in the woods, our old friend Ed here has designed a special deer hunting outfit for the mother-in-law.
I was wearing a special perfume called Fondle Me. Its aroma drew Neff to me like fat to a mother-in-law. I'd work for nothing just to be around her, to watch her hair bounce as she walked, smell her creamy skin, cradle her head on my shoulder.
This king-size station wagon will comfortably seat every member of the entire family. You, your wife, maid, kids, dog, cat, canary, and the mother-in-law.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
There you go. All right. Good ode to the mother-in-law. There you go, mama-in-laws. Be good.
So anyone on our Facebook page, we posted a delightful story the other day of a gentleman who called our local Fish and Wildlife department asking if his hunting license would cover a Sasquatch hunt.
I saw that post.
Yeah. He ensured that he would not hunt female Sasquatch, only the males.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
And what did they tell him? Do you know?
The answer was unclear. They would have to. They were going to have to check with their supervisors and get back to them.
I'll buy that for $1.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep.
All right. And if you come across any other mythical creatures, please let me know.
Yeah, don't shoot them. Don't shoot them. If they were smart enough to evade being seen for this long, then they're probably smarter than us anyway.
Yeah, don't shoot them. Trap them.
There you go. Just trade Facebook profiles with them and communicate online. Yeah.
Who's the biggest person you know, and you can make a joke they got caught in a Sasquatch trap?
Oh, I don't know. Not you.
Oh,
you're mocking me, aren't you?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, Scott got caught in a Sasquatch trap, but he was able to squeeze between the bars. Run off to safety.
It couldn't pinch down hard enough to keep him in there. Oh, I'm sorry, Scott.
I once escaped from a bear trap, too. All right. Wrapping up today, I want to give them another plug. We got a great kids play, the Wizard of Oz play, Stage Time Theater. Starting tomorrow night. Chuck, you said tickets were, there was a few left yesterday?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. There's a few left online. You can always check in with the local sales outlets. I believe Acres Drug. I don't have it. Here we go. Acres United Drug, Valley Drug. Or at the door or online. You might want to check online. I believe Friday night shows they were saying were close to or sold out, but check those physical locations. Tickets still available for Saturday and Sunday. We're getting our tickets for Sunday. We're going to go in the afternoon. That'd be nice.
All right.
Yeah.
They always have that afternoon. What do you call that when you watch the show in the afternoon?
The matinee.
The matinee.
Yeah.
They always have that on Sunday. Saturday, 3 shows to catch. I want to give the right times here. 10, 2, and 7.
There you go. And the Sunday shows are 2 and 7.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you, Chuck, for bringing me in all the way from the state of Maine. And thank you for listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Goodbye, everybody.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Yes.
Shut up, Wesley.
No.
I got all the sound effects.
Put that cookie down now.
If we didn't mock each other, what would people listen to?
Not mine. I'm telling you, baby, that's not mine. I don't even know what this is. This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
We interrupt this program to annoy you and make things generally irritating.
It's 9:04.